Was there ever serious consideration given to disclosing the Stargate program to the Earth?
Yes. In fact, that was the idea for Stargate Revolutions, which was the SG-1, the third SG-1 movie that was planned. And a first draft was written, but it went the way of Stargate Extinction, which was the Atlantis movie script as well. We never really got a chance to, we never did get a chance to produce it.
Can you give us any, because certainly, anything that can come out will not come out of this per se, but can you give us any idea of what that would have looked like?
It's not that I don't want to, it's just that.
Would William Devane have hopefully been involved?
Don't recall.
Okay.
I recall certainly all of SG-1 would have been involved.
That's an SG-1 movie.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of the details, I don't recall.
Okay. I'll give you.
I just remember there was a great Sam Jack dinner scene. That's that's one of the few details I remember.
Really? Just like, were they an item at this point?
I believe they might have been, yes.
Okay. Yeah, because she's not under his command anymore.
Right, exactly.
Wow. Throwing that nugget out there for the Sam Jack.
Yeah.
So Stargate Revolutions, the intent would have been to have them probably an item.
Or heavily hint at the fact that they're an item.
I like that. You don't have to do a wedding scene, per se, like you guys did.
Although we did do one.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. The Road Not Taken. Mm-hmm. I rewatched this episode recently, and it's an alternate reality where the Stargate program was revealed to the world, and it caused chaos and destruction. I mean, people were fighting each other for food, for gasoline. Now, in addition to that, there was the threat of impending alien attack that came with it. But were you telegraphing to us that this is the way that you think it would really happen?
I'm not sure what you mean by telegraphing, but certainly I believe that's the way it would probably happen.
So it wouldn't be a peaceful kumbaya, oh my gosh, there's alien life. Because it was one of your last episodes concerning that. I was interested to see if this was your way of saying, this is how I would suspect that it would actually go down. And you just said yes.
No, I think if the world learned that aliens were on their way, for the most part, people would not be cool. Okay, absolutely. You and I would be cool, of course.
Well, I mean, we would be.
Oh, cool.
Well, we grew up expecting this to happen. I'm still expecting.
It's about time.
I have aliens for November this year. Right. What do you have for November of 2020? But I said, take out the impending alien attack. Mm-hmm. Do you think that revealing the Stargate to the world would cause mass chaos? The Stargate itself?
I don't think the general populace would descend into chaos. But I believe world governments angling to get their hands on the gate would potentially create a very bad situation.
So they would start jockeying into position and using their political leverage against other nations and everything else. Mm-hmm. So hence the moon base.
Right.
So get it out of there. What guest star could you never stop pinching yourself that you were able to get for one of your scripts?
To be honest, I would have to say Bob Picardo.
Yes.
Just because, I love Bob on Voyager.
Yes. Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Yeah. And, I mentioned him, suggested him a couple of times, and we got him on the show, and he's such a good actor, and he's such a terrific individual, just a real pro, and just a genuinely good guy. That I just loved Woolsey's character arc, and that he was introduced as kind of this pencil pusher, pain in the ass, and he evolved, and he was still kind of the pencil pusher at the end, but you knew kind of what made him tick. You saw kind of the vulnerabilities and the fact that he had a lot of heart, and he was one of my favorite characters, definitely, and one of my favorite guest stars.
I loved Woolsey. Don't get me wrong, but I really would have loved to have seen had he done an alien of some sort.
Had he done what?
An alien.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because
But I mean,
like you said, he has such a range to him.
Yeah.
He could have been anything, you know?
But if he would have been an alien, he wouldn't have been on the show as much as he did.
That's true.
The length of his arc. And just the character he played, I thought he just played him so well. He was so great as Woolsey.
I don't know. You guys were able to do quite a bit with pretty much anything that you had. I really think that if he had hit it out of the park with whatever character he played, you guys would have moved mountains to make it work for the show. You know, I really do think so. I mean, look at how many times we got to see Peter Williams in the scheme of things, not very much, you know, when you look back on it, but it's just a handful of episodes. But the impact that actor had as Apophis was felt reverberating rippling through the show so much that it felt like he was there more often than he was.
Yeah. Peter was great.
Absolutely.
Peter is great. I mean, he was great as Apophis. He's great in whatever he does.
Bob said that for Heroes, that one space that he was in, interrogating all the cast and crew, he said that he did that in one day. What a professional, having all of that ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had to have been intense. You know, and what was it like doing Heroes? I mean, Terrell had said, you know, Rob had called her. It's the last season. You know, we're not going to do another season. We want to have a death. What was that experience like? We've touched on Heroes once already, but we will again, but I want to, it's so important. It's such a cornerstone to the franchise. I do want to bring it up again. I think,
this is really more a question for Rob because he wrote and produced the episode, but I mean, it was a tough episode across, you know, just from an emotional level, but just in terms of, kind of brass tacks productions, it was tough and, you know, Rob, kind of bore the brunt of the challenge, if you will, of producing that particular episode, and then bore the brunt of the fan feedback, if you will. Yeah.
To be diplomatic.
Yes.
Absolutely. Did you think it was bold to knock off Frasier?
I did. I mean, like Rob, I thought season 7 would be its last. I mean, every year from season 5 on, I assumed that, you know, that season would be its last until season 10, when I actually thought, maybe we could come back. And then that's the season that we ended.
Brad said, jump over to Atlantis from, you know what, before I do that, you revealed to us in the Dialing Home discussion a couple years ago that iTunes was interested in picking up SG-1 for an 11th and final season.
Yep.
What can you tell us about that?
Just that they actually reached out, and you know, at the time, you know, I don't even know what iTunes was doing. They were looking to, I guess, get into television or programming, and this would have been a huge coup for them, essentially saving SG-1, something with a built-in audience.
So you guys had a fan over at Apple.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's something that I don't know if they went really far down the line, but it's something that was discussed, and then ultimately we weren't able to pursue because of the contracts that were in place. Legally, we were not permitted to pursue an 11th season.
That's something about a clause in the agreement with Sci-Fi Channel. And Arc of Truth was the condensed version of what season 11 would have become, I'm guessing?
I don't think so.
No.
Unless Rob has said that.
No, he hasn't.
We hadn't spun any stories for season 11.
Okay.
So, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, the way it usually works is once we finish shooting one season, then we gather the writer's room and spin for a couple of months, come up with story ideas, and then go off and write. So we found out about the SG-1 cancellation well before we finished spinning for season 10, which is why SG-1, out of the 3 Stargate shows, SG-1 is the only one with a series finale. It was actually written as a series finale, even though I keep saying that Atlantis and SGU, Stargate Universe, work as season finales. For SG-1 was the only one
it was intended to be
written, yes.
Isn't that interesting? Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.